Hi, everybody. Mitch Tanenbaum here. Thanks for joining me today. Today, I'm going to talk about backups. Many enterprise class organizations have a pretty good backup strategy. They have a team that's responsible for that. But for small businesses and for consumers, that typically is much more of a problem. This really came to mind this week because of a wildfire that we had here in Boulder County in Colorado. That wildfire destroyed close to 1,000 homes in a period of about 6 or 8 hours. Most people were able to get out of their homes in many cases with the clothes on their back. And many people were never able to get to their house before it burned to the ground. Last year we had really bad wildfires in California. So this is not limited to just Colorado. In Nashville, we had a crazy bombing that took out, several city blocks. So again, different kinds of disasters. In Kentucky, we had tornadoes, and the side effect here in all of these is that things were destroyed very quickly. Then on the other side of that, we have everybody uses the cloud nowadays, or most everybody. But in this particular case, this was a cloud provider called OVH. They're kind of the Amazon Web Services of Europe. And the entire data center just burned to the ground. And the firefighters really had a hard time dealing with it because the computers are stacked so densely, it was really hard to get enough water in there to put the fire out. And what the CEO of the company said was, we recommend that our customers invoke their disaster recovery plan, meaning that we are assuming that you have a disaster recovery plan. So if you don't, then you're just hoping that one of these disasters is not going to happen to you. I can tell you the folks in Colorado, we heard this on when they interviewed people time and time again. Well, I never thought this could happen. In this particular case, it was in a suburban town in the suburbs of Denver, that it could happen here. And the problem was that once the fire got going, it went from house to house to house, and there were really strong winds, and that took the embers and made them go from neighborhood to neighborhood. And 1,000 homes later, that was the problem. So the real question is, do you care about the data on your computer? If you don't, well, then you don't have to watch the rest of this video. If you do, then probably it would be a good plan to go watch the rest of this video. So what's the impact? What's the financial impact if you're a small business and all your business records disappear, because of a wildfire or a gas explosion? There's all kinds of disasters that happen. Do you have personal records that you care about? Operational, stuff that's sentimental. And we're talking in this case all in the digital world. The paper world is its own challenge, and we're not going to talk about that right now. But all your digital artifacts, they exist, and they exist all over the place. Do you have something in Dropbox? Do you have something in Box.com? Do you have stuff in the Google Cloud, the Microsoft Cloud? Where does that data live? Understand that almost no cloud service provider will provide any kind of guarantee whatsoever that they will be able to recover your data when there's a problem. Amazon has lost data on multiple occasions. They just say, sorry, your problem. So small business, large business, personal, it really applies to you as long as you care about the data that you have. And sometimes you have, technical mishaps. It's interesting. Recently, a university in Japan had a backup malfunction. Somehow, I don't exactly understand how this happened, but they lost 77 terabytes worth of data. 4 departments, all of their data was gone, both the original and the backup, just gone, poof, vanished. And they said, can't recover it. Maybe you go off and back up your data right now. You have a USB hard drive, you plug it into your computer, it's sitting next to your computer, and just copy the files to it. That's the simplest solution. It's really easy. But then you leave that USB hard drive or maybe a flash drive plugged into the computer, so that when the house burns down or the building gets hit by a tornado, there goes your backup. So you have to have a strategy. Where do I put the backup in a place that's secure? Do I put it in a safe deposit box? Do I put it in a safe? Do I give it to a trusted friend? And lots of different options there. Some of it depends on how much data you have, what you need to do. And some of it depends on how risk tolerant you are. If you don't care, then fine, don't worry about it. If you have to be up like really quickly, then that's a whole different can of worms. So first thing you have to do is figure out where your data lives. Do I have data in Dropbox? Do I have data in a Microsoft cloud? Where is my data? Do I have more than one computer? Do I have USB hard drives that have old data? And then once you've done that, then you can figure out, well, here's the strategy I have to go off and protect it. Do I need to make 1 copy, 2 copies, 3 copies? Do I need to put it in different locations? Do I need to do, how frequently do I need to do it? Do I need to do it every day? Do I care if I lose a day's worth of work? We have many of our business clients that back up their data every hour because they don't want to lose any data. But that's all a function of what your risk tolerance is. So think about that. If you have questions, please let us know. Thank you for listening. Otherwise, have a great day.